Shalom, kia ora, telofain, kia ora. A year has passed since my family and I have arrived in the beautiful New Zealand, and I like to share with you some of the highlights of what I, with the support of my team at the embassy, have achieved. Throughout the year, I have had the pleasure to meet with many wonderful people, all who share the same love and support for Israel. For instance, all around the country, I have met with many Christian friendship groups, connected and rubbed noses with local Maori iwi, and of course, members of the Jewish communities. Your friendship and support means a lot to us. One of the highlights was the connection with Ngapuhi in Whangarei, where I, after having been officially welcomed in the marae, was able to plant an olive tree in honor of Earth Day, but also a symbol to solidify the friendship between Israel and Ngapuhi. Another memorable event was the gathering at Pastor Nigel Woodley's congregation in Flaxmere. The unprecedented support from Nigel and his congregation has been heartwarming. I have also had the honor to present my credentials to Tonga and Cook Islands. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, these ceremonies were held online. However, I'm still hopeful to soon be traveling to the beautiful island of Samoa and present my credentials to the new Prime Minister in person and meet with the wonderful people of the island. New Zealand and Israel are both small democracies and advanced economies, and we share similar values and aspirations for peace. I am pleased to having been able to strengthen our mutual ties with the various ministries. For instance, my meeting with Foreign Minister Nanaia Mahuta, which resulted in New Zealand further committing to combat anti-Semitism and acting to promote Holocaust remembrance. Or the connection we built with the New Zealand and Israel Ministries of Health on the COVID-19 vaccination rollout. There is still a lot on which we can learn from each other and find ways to cooperate. Israel's expertise in the fields of science and technology has been a good example for this. Last year, in conjunction with the Trans-Tasman Business Circle, we hosted a successful webinar on cybersecurity. In February of this year, we hosted a 3-day online summit on agri-tech, for which we cooperate and showcase leading Israeli and New Zealand agricultural technologies. Similar events we scheduled later this year for WATEC and Planetech. I hope to see you there. 2021 has been a year of deepening the peace in the Middle East. As I arrived in New Zealand, the Abrahamic Accords, the peace agreements with the UAE, Morocco, Bahrain, and Sudan were just in its first stages of implementation. A year on, and we see multi-billion-dollar investments in Israel's technology by those new partners in peace, an Israeli booth at the Expo in Dubai, and a prosperous future of peace and cooperation together. We are still hopeful that our neighbors, the Palestinians, will join us at the negotiation table, and we can, together, strive for a lasting peace. As we record this message, we are closely following the catastrophic events in Tonga. The State of Israel has offered its assistance to the kingdom in the form of offering funds and water technologies, products and food. Our thoughts and prayers are with the people in Tonga, as well as with the Tongan population living here in New Zealand. 2022 is going to be another exciting year for us. Although we are a small team, we have big ambitions. To keep updated on our developments, may I encourage you to follow us on our social media channels such as Facebook and Twitter. Otherwise, I do hope to see you again at any of the events we are participating in around the country. Toda, thank you, and kia ora.